Alright, welcome back, and we're now looking at Battlefield 5, and with a trailer called This is Battlefield 5, which is probably just talking about what the game will have to offer us. And as I stated previously in other videos, Battlefield 5 will be offering a campaign mode as well as online modes and um, like their version of a Battle Royale mode. Whereas Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is only going to be online modes. So, in any case, let's see what Battlefield 5 has to offer, and we will talk more about it.
Welcome to Battlefield 5. This is World War II like you've never seen or played before. Multiplayer, single player, Battle Royale, and our new post-launch journey for all players, Tides of War, that will keep you and your squad playing well into the future.
Post-launch content.
Multiplayer will deliver all-out warfare with unrivaled intensity and scale across 8 multiplayer modes. Fan favorites like Frontlines and Conquest return loaded with new options to increase tactical gameplay.
Nice.
Then there's Grand Operations. Inspired by historical battles, spanning multiple maps and modes across up to 4 in-game days. Parachute into the middle of a conflict in Airborne, then establish a forward front with Breakthrough, and make one last push through to the final stand. But that's not all. Welcome to Firestorm. We've reimagined Battle Royale for Battlefield, where 16 teams of 4 fight it out to become the last squad standing in the largest battlefield map
Teams
ever.
of
A
4.
sandbox filled with destructible buildings, weaponry, and vehicles. This is Royale, done the battlefield way.
Back! This way!
All of this multiplayer mayhem takes place in the era where it all began for us at DICE, World War II. At launch, you will fight in 8 unexplored settings of mankind's greatest conflict. Take part in one of the biggest tank battles in human history in North Africa. Airdrop into the freezing landscapes of Norway. Engage in brutal close-quarter combat among the bridges and canals of Rotterdam. And join the struggle in the fields and marshlands of the French countryside, opening up an all-new, only in Battlefield moments.
Game looks great visually.
It's not only about what and where you'll play, but how. We've added all new core gameplay changes to the classic Battlefield formula. Deeper squad play, fluid player movement, better gun mechanics, and more ways for you to not only destroy, but also build your surroundings.
What is this, Fortnite?
Your squad is more important than ever. Stay close, communicate and coordinate to take down your enemies and play the objective. Call in various reinforcements to turn the tide of the battle. From a V1 rocket to supply drops. Or the mighty Crocodile, a devastating flame-throwing tank. Movement has been revamped to give you unprecedented mobility. Backpedal while firing when you're upright or on your back, so you always stay in the fight. Jump and smash through windows. Send grenades back from where they came. Or shoot them out of midair.
Okay.
Sprint while crouching to avoid sniper fire, moving faster cover to cover.
Really?
Seek out new terrain with combat vaulting, or slide sideways into a room to surprise the enemy.
Interesting.
In Battlefield 5, gunplay has been re-engineered to provide greater control and precision. Master weapons with more predictable recoil and spray patterns. Destruction is now more dynamic than ever. Blowing up a house from the inside cracks walls and sends debris flying outwards. Can't flush the enemy out? Keep firing and rip through walls with high-caliber rounds. Take a tank right through the building and destroy it. Just as important as destruction will be building. Shape and reshape the battlefield with a new fortification system.
I guess that's kind of cool.
Every soldier is equipped with a toolbox and can build fortifications in specific areas. Dig foxholes, lay down sandbags, build bridges, barbed wire, tank stoppers, and more. Reinforce buildings that have been destroyed, create choke points to gain the advantage, even open up new routes to flank opponents. In single player, the anthology format War Stories makes a triumphant return. Experience untold stories of World War II. In Nordlys, set during the German occupation of Norway, a young resistance member fights not only for her country's liberation, but for her family's survival. And within Under No Flag, a young British criminal has the chance to use his unique sets of skills behind the enemy lines in North Africa. These are just a few examples of the unheard stories that Battlefield 5 has to offer. And launch will only be the beginning. With the Tides of War, we're taking you on a free journey through World War II, open to all Battlefield 5 players. No more premium pass. And it all starts right after launch with our first themed chapter, The Fall of Europe. Drop into the European fronts of France. Spanning several months, it will be filled with events and new content daily and weekly. With new ways to play, you'll constantly adapt your company with new weapons, gadgets, fortifications, and combat roles.
Customization, of course.
Then, in early 2019, Chapter 2 will see the Resistance rise up to take on the Axis threat and the debut of a new location in Greece. In future chapters, you'll venture further into World War II, heading to new theaters of war and an evolving Battlefield 5. And most importantly, this is a journey everyone will embark on together that keeps getting bigger and bigger. And join us when Battlefield 5 launches in a few short months on November 20th. This is Battlefield 5.
Interesting.
Buy Xbox One, get Battlefield 5.
Interesting. Okay, a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts. The main thing that I was thinking throughout this whole trailer was, I feel like this is EA and DICE's plea, more so EA, to be like, please buy our game, please buy our game. Saying there's no premium pass, saying that there will be updated content daily, or like maybe mostly daily. All the new modes, campaign mode, they added in a battle royale mode. Yeah, I think this is like their pitch to be like, our game is gonna offer this, 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 and this, and this, and this. So please buy our game and support us. Yeah, I think that's more from EA than DICE, because I think DICE, while being a great developer studio, is still working under EA. So I feel like it's not entirely their fault when the things they implement in their games don't work out for the consumer. Like take Battlefront 2 for instance, and that whole debacle. But Battlefield 5, I feel like is this whole other beast now. Because you don't just have the game itself and like all the mechanics and all the modes, but then I feel like on the other side of things, I think I've seen a lot of people complaining about the historical accuracy of the game. And to be honest, in my opinion, like they said inspired by, not based on. Because when something's inspired by it, that I think the creator of the games can feel free to take certain liberties with it and kind of change it to how they see fit, to make something entertaining. Maybe it's not historically accurate, but the fact that if it's a compelling story and compelling characters and great gameplay and whatnot, then it's worth a shot, or worth looking at, right? For history buffs, it would be like that's a no-no. But I feel like for the average video game player, it would be like, oh, this is interesting, I'll take a look. Especially like with that war stories thing. That's probably not going to be rooted in like non-fiction history. It's probably going to be like their own creations inspired by the situations and points in World War II. But we'll have to see. I mean, I'm sure when Battlefield 5 releases, there's not going to just be a critique on the game and the modes and the gameplay and mechanics and etc. But also like, oh, this is not historically accurate, and we'll be ready for that when it comes. But I don't know, like comparing this to Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5 seems like a more well-rounded game because it offers more modes, but quantity does not usually mean quality. But if it's maybe I didn't play Battlefield 1, but if it's like along the same quality of Battlefield 1, I don't know if that game was good. Please tell me in the comments. But like if it's like, continuing to try to up their game in terms of quality, even when they have so many modes, you know, props to them, right? So in any case, this has been a kind of long-winded, reaction to a game, a trailer for a game, but it's interesting to see two games that are offering similar things and to see which one comes out on top. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited more for Battlefield 5 or Call of Duty Black Ops 4? Um, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll see which game comes out on top.